crux of the movie The East falls upon having deceitful commercialist CEOs, privileged captains of industry, and elitist tycoons admit their crimes on the internet with full knowledge that they knew they were doing something harmful, poisoning the environment with crude oil or selling antibiotics and other medicines to the public, so that hopefully society will wake up and judge for themselves who is really in charge. Because it certainly is not we the people or our safety. All that anarchists do is break the same rules that the rich ruling class violate every day. Government officials, monopolist chairmen, and religious leaders get away with so much that the average person is not allowed to do. And the characters in this movie show what would happen if we were to actually hold these respectable figures accountable and bring them to justice. Of course, as with most resistance movies, those who oversee the media know that most people just march and protest in a rally, then go back to their 9-to-5 jobs, never actually challenging the masters. Furthermore, if we did, all that would happen is we would send them to the courts that they own, the prisons where they get special treatment and reduced sentences, and fines that they can easily afford. In a discussion within the group of anarchists during one scene, it is said, "What's the easiest way to handle that pain? Never talk about it. The only way to bury the horror is to pretend it isn't real. Really, you have to do something about it. You trusted the system. You trusted the government. You trusted the church." Unfortunately, when it comes to taking matters into your own hands and being a responsible individual, when it comes to breaking the law, most people cannot handle it, unquote, thanks to authoritative brainwashing in everything from school to work life. However, after eating off the land, when the group eats the deer, and what profit-chasing companies consider excess waste, the main character feels how artificial life is in managed civilization once she comes back, along with how absurd, backwards, and synthetic we have become altogether. Even when she tries to help people that are about to die, her boss forbids her because those people are not her clients. Meaning, if money is not involved, what use are they? So she later confesses to her boss that the system is broken, then goes out of her way on her own to inform other undercover operatives and actually make a beneficial change. Although during the final jam, we notice that not all anarchists agree, at least they don't have identical thoughts and behaviors like the common, everyday citizen. As we see ethics being discussed concerning whether it is right to murder one influential person who will kill millions if left unchecked, anarchists decide for themselves, usually by communicating through compromise and cooperation, not just going along with mandates and believing the fake news of mainstream media. An applicable quote, got some parrots today. An applicable quote used in the movie by a casual normie, quote, "It wouldn't be on the market if it were life-threatening." Just like people who think all this staged Ukrainian stuff, oh, it's all real, it's happening exactly the way they say, this one-sided version, that's it. So for the recommended reading for today, 2 books, which you'll see in the show notes. One of them is by Waldo Emerson, Self-Reliance and Other Essays, and that's a good place to start relying on yourself, seeing that's good to depend on a tight-knit community, not just a blanket government. Here's rules for everyone, no matter who you are, where you're from, what you're doing. Also, part of the Transcendentalist movement is Henry David Thoreau, and he has many good works, but a good starting place would be Walden, and it's along the same lines. And then for the accompanying documentary, actually it's just a YouTube channel today, brought to you in a more comedic form. Just like I've mentioned in past videos, there's a lot of different ways to reach people. Some respond better to certain ways than others, but it's called Awaken with JP, and I bet in today's day and age you've probably heard of it. Pretty famous by now, but it does help to give things in a different light than what we've been told. So I'm sure you'll find that one entertaining.